Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal. In this video, we will discuss NVIDIA stock movement for today and try to make an assessment for tomorrow and early next week. We will also discuss news regarding NVIDIA and discuss other AI stocks. We'll also take a look non-farm payroll and unemployment data due tomorrow. Now, let's get started. You see NVIDIA stock chart on your screen for today. NVIDIA opened at 904. Made a high 906, made a low 858. It closed at 859. That is 3.44% down. Do you notice one thing? Nvidia opened higher than yesterday close. And that makes sense because remember yesterday I made a video and said that Nvidia will be trading higher in the morning because of the good news that says that Nvidia supply is not affected by the earthquake in Taiwan. So this morning reflects emotional buying or the temporary surge. But after that, it came to the normal level, right? And in the afternoon, you see going down. It's not just Nvidia, the overall market went down in the afternoon. We'll talk in detail in a bit. Moving on, last 5 days, 4.5% down. Last 1 month, 0.07% down. Last 6 months, 92% up. So it's a good thing. Now we are seeing some kind of correction happening after the all-time high. The last 6 months we haven't seen a good correction, but now we see almost 100% down after the all-time high. And that's a good thing for those who wanted to buy Nvidia at the lower price. But remember one thing, just before the earning release, we see that Nvidia goes up, right? Historically speaking. So probably a week or two before the earning release, we'll see some positive momentum on Nvidia. So in my opinion, anything lower price for Nvidia could be a good buy. Today I placed another buy position at 860 and I was able to buy more Nvidia stock today. My previous position was at 915. Now I got more Nvidia stock at 860. I'm not too much worried because I know Nvidia will bounce back before the earnings. Now you see S&P, you see the same behavior. It started going down in the afternoon. Okay. I was trying to find different news why the stocks are down today. I came across this one. This looks to me somewhat making sense that today market is down because of the Friday's job report. That is unemployment data and non-farm payrolls due tomorrow. Remember yesterday I mentioned that the non-farm payrolls and unemployment data could affect the market just before the release, right? But I was not expecting market to go down 2%. Markets sometimes act weird. Last month it did not happen that way. I remember last month before unemployment data or non-farm payrolls data, market was volatile. It was not 2% or 1% down. We'll talk about more on the unemployment data and non-farm payrolls in a bit. Please stay with me. Now let's talk about the technical chart. On your screen, you are seeing 30-day, 1-hour interval chart for Nvidia. In last 1 month, Nvidia made a low 667 and made a high 962. RSI at this point is below 30. That says that Nvidia is in oversold condition at this point, at least based on the hourly chart. Let's take a look at MACD. You see MACD chart for 30-day, 1 hour. The MACD is below zero line. It's trying to go down since this afternoon. So it's getting momentum to go further down, but I'm not expecting Nvidia to go too low. Let's take a look at Fibonacci levels and try to make some assessment. So based on the Fibonacci levels, the next level of support after 892 was 849. So at this point, Nvidia is trading around 855. So trying to break this level, then the next support level is 814. I'm not expecting Nvidia to go down to this 814 level tomorrow. But it will be interesting to see if Nvidia can be able to break 849 level. But my gut feeling is around 850 or 845 it should start going up. Okay, let's see what happens. Now let's take a look 30 minutes interval chart. In a 30 minutes interval chart for last 30 days, you see the same behavior on MACD. It's below zero line and going in parallel to the zero line, trying to build some negative momentum this afternoon. But we cannot rely on this one because it just started, right? We'll take a look tomorrow if the momentum is still there. Now let's take a look RSI. So in a 30 minutes interval chart, RSI is at 20, much lower than the hourly interval chart. That says that in the short term, Nvidia is oversold. Now let's take a look news regarding Nvidia. So you see the news on your screen. So early this morning, most of the news were regarding Taiwan earthquake. So some of the news says Nvidia stock is up because Nvidia supply is not affected. Take a look at this news. It says that pre-market Nvidia shares are up because Nvidia assured its suppliers from Taiwan won't be impacted by earthquake. Apart from this earthquake news, I do not see any major or significant news that can bring Nvidia down or push it high. Now let's talk about other AI stocks. I also included Palantir stocks in the list. The Palantir stock is 0.97% down. SoundHound, interesting, is 4.36% up. Everything is down, but SoundHound is up. That's good for SoundHound. AMD 8.26% down. SMCI 5.6% down. Avago 3.3% down. Nvidia 3.4% down. I also bought Avago shares today at 13.25. I'm expecting to go up either tomorrow or Monday. Now let's talk about non-farm payroll and unemployment data due tomorrow. You see on your screen this Excel sheet that has non-farm payroll and the unemployment data, historical data, and the new forecast. I also have some calculations that says how much increase or decrease happened actual versus forecast for each month, and what happened to the S&P after the non-farm payroll data release on the same day. I'm gonna load this sheet into my Patreon account, so if you are a member, you can access the sheet from there. You see that last 3 cycle, or maybe 4 cycle, the non-farm payroll came higher than the forecast. This cycle, they're expecting 205K for tomorrow, and that is higher than the last month forecast. Okay, so this means that the non-farm payrolls we're expecting to go up this month versus last month forecast. Unemployment data, see the actuals last cycle was higher than the forecast, and this cycle they are forecasting 3.8, a little lower than the actual, but higher than the last month forecast. As I mentioned a few days back, that these two data are very important, non-farm payroll and unemployment data, and we should be watchful for these data because these data can impact the market. I was expecting some kind of volatility before this data release, so that's what we saw today. But I was not expecting 1.5% or 2% overall market down. We'll see what happens tomorrow after this data release. But if the non-farm payroll actuals comes much higher than the forecast, I would expect market to go down further tomorrow. So that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.